What you're about to watch is a tutorial on how to beat the game without taking any damage. Feel free to use any of the strategies, but listen to the detailed commentary before trying them on your own. Hello everybody, this is a no save no damage run of Resident Evil, getting the worst ending with Jill Valentine on Invisible Enemy on hard difficulty. Alright, so Invisible Enemy, it's how the title says, right? Basically all enemies are invisible. There are some things you can do in order to know where the enemies are, or maybe make them visible a little. But anyway, to start the game you just go to the door 2 times and then go to battery. That's the fastest way you can trigger the cutscene, and then you can leave the dining room and continue with the game. There's a lot of cutscenes at the beginning of the game with Jill. So on Invisible Enemy I will skip all the cutscenes, even on the best endings, because I was like burned out of this game, to be honest. I played too much, I make so much content. But anyway, the routing it's basically the same as hard difficulty, as the usual hard difficulty no damage run, with some exceptions, of course, but you have to take some more little steps maybe to make the run more consistent on Invisible Enemy. So for example, enemies, you can see the reflections, like you can for example see them on these windows. So for this zombie, just go pick up the bullets, and if for some reason you don't see you see the zombie that is not aggroing because of the window, shoot him. But then just wait behind the statue when the zombie is very close to you, and when he makes like the animation, because you can see it on the window, you just go around and you will avoid him all the time, because you are behind the statue, he will never grab you. And some other times he will be very docile, of course. So also, for Invisible Enemy you need a lot of memory. As long as you know all the position of the enemies and you memorize how to avoid them all the time, it will become less complicated than just try it by like for first time, for example. And also on Invisible Enemy you don't have auto aim because you cannot see the enemies, so you have to aim. It's like a combination of hard difficulty, real survivor, with the exception that the item boxes are linked. Also you can see if a zombie is dead when you see a little circle of blood on the floor. That means they are completely dead. Also by the sound you can know if a zombie is dead or not. So right here, as always, just go pick up the shotgun shells and then go and use the green arrow, DC green arrow. So with Jill, it's 100% recommended to kill both zombies on this section. There's no need to save handgun bullets, because we will pick up the shotgun like in 1 minute or less. So for example, you can see for Invisible Enemies the reflections, you can see the dust that they make when they are walking on some specific section of the mansion or the game, when they can like provoke dust on the floor, if you can say so. You can also see them for a little amount of time. When you use a defense item, they will become visible by that. Of course, you will see the blood that they throw when you are shooting them or you are knifing them or whatever. I think those are the main things you can. Also, you can see the reflections of the water, and that will be one of the most usable things that you will use on Invisible Enemy mode. Mods for the Tyrant, to be honest, with Chris. And some reflections on the floor, like for example, this kind of floor has reflections. So imagine there is a zombie right on that section. You will be able to see the enemy because of that reflection. Also, there are some other enemies like dogs, for example, that you can see their jaws, like their saliva and their jaws. And from the hunters as well, you can see like their I think it's like their jaws as well, and there's saliva or something like that, or maybe their claws. And for Yawn as well, you can see those kind of things. It's like every enemy, there's something you can see from them. And to be honest, I think the zombies are the most annoying one, because there are some sections that they will be like completely invisible and you won't have anything to do about it. Also, it's very recommended to pick up all the defense items you can, because they will be your best friends on this game. But I'm pretty sure I got this run hitless. I never use a defense item. Anyway, right here, rotate, equip the shotgun, aim up, and shoot. The first shotgun of the game, the first shotgun shell of the game will always decapitate a zombie, but after that there's chances that the shotgun will decapitate a zombie or not. It's not 100% a chance of decapitation like on the classic. Right here, pick up the canteen and save it. The canteen will be very useful for the end of the game with Jill. Only for the end of the game. Staircase up, there's this zombie, so just wait on this wall, go back a little, aim down and shoot. Disable the zombie by shooting them in the legs. And then just continue. Because Jill is a little slower, I won't pull off the dodge that I pull off all the time, even with Jill on hard difficulty runs, and I think on Real Survivor Worst Ending. Because I was getting grabbed a lot with Jill, to be honest. And it's because the dodge has to be performed perfectly with Jill. With Chris you can do it like not 100% perfect and you will dodge that zombie anyway. But anyway, the way out it's like more consistent, so it's not necessary to shoot him. But it's necessary to shoot the zombie because he can be far right, far left, or he can be in the middle of the hallway, so you just shoot down and then start running. Try to be fast on this section, or on that hallway, because the zombie that you shoot at beginning, that was in the other hallway, he can enter and you will have to deal with 3 zombies if he enter. And he will enter about the time you waste on that hallway. It depends about that. So right here you will see that this dog, there are 2 things you can saw from him: his jaw, his saliva, and also his collar. So 3 things, not 2. Sorry. So just reload the shotgun just in case. Use the dog whistle and wait here. And take attention. And when he's in front of you, shoot him, then pump cancel and shoot him again. Then you leave the room and equip the shotgun. Oh no, you have to equip the shotgun because there's one more zombie right here. I forget. So just aim up. He's not dead, I think. Oh, he's dead. No, I think he's dead, yeah. I'm blind, sorry. And I'm deaf. I'm recording the commentaries like the game sounds very, very low. Sorry for that. But anyway. Of course you cannot see the Crimson Head, but you will hear him. But yeah, to be honest, Invisible Enemy is the hardest game mode you can play in this game. Even harder than Real Survivor. It takes me more time, to be honest, to make the Invisible Enemy runs than Real Survivor. But it was pretty funny. It was pretty challenging as well, like it challenged you a lot, your memory, the memory you must have. To know the exact amount of enemies you have to avoid and where they are, and how to deal with them, even when you don't have to watch them, or you cannot watch them. So we staircase down and we go to the dining room and to the main hall again, because we already have the silver key, and that I think is the armor key, if I'm not wrong. And as always, the grenade launcher is with on the forest body. And also there's a dagger in this room. Oh yeah, by the way you can unlock this costume is to beat the game 2 times on the same save file. So you end the game and you make a save file when you end the game, and you have to play 2 times from that same save file, and you will unlock this costume. It's the last costume you can unlock with Jill. With Chris, the last costume you can unlock is the one from Code Veronica. So with Jill, you always must go from this part of this section, because the zombies on the statue. You don't have to deal with zombies. Oh, never mind. There's one zombie in the stairs, but just the stairs down. Wait, there's not a zombie. I think the zombie was below the stairs. That was pretty lucky. He should be on the stairs, to be honest. So right here, save the grenade launcher, the golden key, and the acid rounds, and then pick up the serum and leave. Remember that the zombie is right now around the corner, so just go right here, rotate, equip the shotgun, aim down and shoot. You disable the zombie and you can just pass around him. And you will just avoid that door where there's the broken shotgun and one defense item. It's not necessary. Well, the electric defense item is necessary, but I think I'm pretty confident, so I will not pick it up. Also, the game it's on simple Chinese language, because it's the language that the text scrolls faster, so will save you a couple of minutes, maybe a couple of seconds, because it will make a lot of resets if you are attempting another match run. It will be very helpful. There's like seconds of difference between simple Chinese and Japanese. It's like the simple Chinese is a little faster, but they both are almost the same. The main reason you will see some players don't play on simple Chinese, it's because the simple Chinese language is not available on the versions of the game. But Japanese is on all the versions of the game. So after you give the serum to Richard, you can continue with the game. I'm not skipping the cutscene for some reason. There we go, nice. There's a zombie right here, so just kill him. Equip the shotgun, aim up. Hopefully he will take you just 1 shotgun shell, like in this time. But most of the time he will take 2 shotgun shells to be killed. It's very recommended to kill that zombie, or he will enter after you light up this candle, because you won't be able to watch him or to see him. He can be a problem. So right here, enter walking to the camera change. Then rotate yourself, aim up and shoot. I was lucky and he died with just 1 shotgun shell, but I have enough, so it's okay if I don't kill him with just 1. There's like a specific sound when you decapitate a zombie, and also there's an animation, like you see little pieces of meat from their skull, like in the air, and that means they are decapitated. But the sound is like more specific on how to know if they are decapitated or not, because they won't bleed on the floor when you decapitate the zombie, by the way. The zombies only bleed when you kill them, but you don't decapitate them. And also you don't kill them on the stairs, because for some reason when they die on the stairs, they don't bleed as well. So there's a zombie right here, shoot him in the legs, and then go around him. Or you can use a defense item as well, but very important, do not kill that zombie, or he will be a Crimson Head for Mansion 2. So do not kill that zombie, just disable that zombie, that's the best thing you can do. Pick up the music notes, or I think they are not the music notes, I think they are like the second part that you need for the puzzle. And there we go. Wait, I think I forget to pick up the wooden shield. my god. Well, do not forget to pick up the wooden shield before you enter to the piano room puzzle. Because right now you will have to disable the zombie again with the shotgun, or you can lure a grab if you want. I was able to lure a grab and just go around him. It's like, I know the game by memory, man. It's insane that I'm disgusted of myself, I think. Anyway. Also, you can shoot him in the leg, because enemies reset their HP when you reset the room, so it's like that zombie is with its full HP again. But also on a very rare occasion, you will kill a zombie even when you shoot him in the leg, believe it or not. It happens very rarely, but it can happen. And in order to avoid him, just hug that wall. It should be fine. So the solution for this puzzle is move the large gear to the left 2 times and then leave the puzzle. So right now you will see the things you can watch from Yawn. It's like you can see his teeth, I think, and their saliva, of course. I think their jaw as well. I'm not really sure, but there's like little things you can watch from Yawn, and you can tell by that where is Yawn. That's very helpful. So of course on the cutscene the enemies are visible, but once the cutscene ends they will become invisible. Just do the same, just go around that pillar, go and pick up the first mask, sorry, and then go around this second pillar, but always wait until Yawn is behind you, or he can cut your way when you're going around the second pillar. And then just leave. It's not necessary to fight him or wait until Richard kills him. There's a zombie right now that spawned that place, that's why you go around that pillar. For this zombie, shoot him in the leg. And then go around. This is the last zombie you will deal before the Elder Crimson Head. So when the cutscene of Yawn ends, or you skip the cutscene, you have to press the up D-pad button and the left D-pad button, and that will make Jill move to the sorry, that will make Jill move up and a little to the right. And by that you will like avoid Yawn, but you will go like very close to the first pillar, but do not press too much the left D-pad button, because there's a small chance that you will get stuck on the pillar, and if you get stuck on the pillar, Yawn will attack you. It's like a very precisely movement you have to do. Remember, you didn't kill the zombie right here, so just hug this wall. You will always avoid that zombie just by doing that. So with Jill you have like more or a small time to leave the room once you trigger the wasp. Otherwise the wasp will sting you, of course, and the cutscene doesn't count as damage. But after the cutscene, go pick up the mooncrest and leap as fast as you can. There's a small window time you have to leave the room before the wasp can sting you. With Chris it's a little more time that you have. Some little changes between Chris and Jill. So right here just leave the shotgun and pick up the grenade launcher, and also leave the lighter, it's no longer necessary. I think I'm gonna pick up the handgun just in case. No, I'm not. So So just go directly to the art room and make the puzzle. So there are plenty of puzzles on this game that are always the same. This is one of them. And there are some other puzzles that are always random. So the Crimson Head is 100% consistent with the grenade launcher as long as you aim correctly. Because maybe you remember my worst ending on Real Survivor Enemies, 3 explosive rounds. Was very funny, man. I recommend you to go and watch that fight. It's like the grenades pass through the shoulder of the Crimson Head. But anyway, as long as you aim correctly, it should be free. And also you have to be patient and time it, every grenade very well. So an invisible enemy, your best friend will be the sounds. The sounds that the enemy makes. The sounds that you have to wait the enemy has to make until you can make a step. On this occasion you can make a shot with a grenade launcher. So equip the grenade launcher, quick turn, and aim a little to the left, and then shoot. So right now the Crimson Head is on the floor because that's the sound when he fall down. Then just wait for the sound when he stand up, wait a little more, and then shoot. Do not shoot immediately when you hear the sound of standing up of the Crimson Head, or there's a possibility he will tank the explosive and he won't fall down, and he will start running. And also on a very rare occasion he will tank the first explosive round. That can happen, so he won't fall down. If that happens, it's very noticeable because he will make a sound of... He will keep screaming, and that will mean he didn't fall down. So just keep shooting if that happens. And as you can see, a perfect fight, it's always 3 explosive rounds. Shoot the zombie with an explosive round, and believe it or not, the zombie also can tank an explosive round, so just be patient. He tanked it. Right now he's dead. I knew it because he didn't make the sound. Right here, try to make this part fast because there's a dog behind you. So he can bite you if you take so much time or you take too long. There's a defense item right here, very helpful. So just start K down and continue with the game. The puzzle right here is the red one has to be on the W and the blue one on the end, or in the end from Linkin Park. So for the crows you can run until you are in the middle of them, and when you are passing through the middle, start walking. So by doing that 100% of the time you will never aggro the crows. It's possible to run the whole section if you want, but you have to take like a very specific line. And if you fucked up a little the movement when you are going in the middle of them, they will aggro, and there's a high possibility they will immediately attack you, and of course it will inflict the damage because of that. So the more consistent thing you can do is to just walk when you're in the middle. So to be honest, it's not necessary to enter to the Lisa's encounter with the Magnum equipped. I just do it to save it maybe 1 more second. But anyway, it's like already losing that second by equipping the Magnum before the cutscene, so it's like a dumb decision. I think it's more to feel safer. So when the cutscene ends and you regain control of Jill, just aim and shoot. Then unequip the Magnum and run straight until you are on this wall and then leap. The reason with Jill you have to hug this wall 100% of the time is because there's a chance that Lisa will try to attack you, and if you are hugging that wall, she will never reach you. So for this zombie, just go around the trees, because you cannot watch which RNG is giving you. Going around the trees is always 100% consistent, doesn't matter the RNG. So right here, pick up the shotgun shells and leap. After the cutscene, equip the Magnum and aim and shoot. Then go backwards until the wall doesn't let you go backwards anymore, and just aim. As you can see, you can watch the saliva and the jaws of the dogs, and that's when you have to shoot. There are 3 dogs on this section. Some occasions you will kill 2 dogs with just 1 Magnum bullet if you are very lucky, but most of the time it will take you 3 Magnum bullets to kill the 3 of them. So right here I make that curve like perfectly on the left, because I don't want to aggro the crows. Those crows will despawn after this section of the game, by the way, and they will be replaced by dogs. 2 dogs to be exact. So for the guest house section of the game, you only need the handgun. So just go to the item box, leave everything and pick up the handgun. If by any chance you were like below 10 handgun bullets on the first section of the mansion, pick up the handgun bullets from the Crimson Head fight. There are 15 handgun bullets right there. Oh, and also picking up the shotgun, because I want to disable the zombie on the bathroom. Yeah, but I will leave it anyway after that. So for the spiders, just go downstairs as fast as you can, pick up the red book, then go upstairs and leave the room as fast as you can. By doing it fast, you will avoid weird RNGs. And you have to make like a very good curve right here. Do not make a wide curve, just go direct to the door. Should be fine. It's very consistent, by the way. So this is the main reason I bring the shotgun right here, because you pick up the key and then you want to lure the zombie inside this bathroom, and do not shoot him immediately, just lure him inside a little. You can see his reflection on the floor, shoot him in the leg and then leap. I got fucked by the camera right there because I was using only the left stick, so that's very important. I also recommend you to Use the D-pad as a tank control and also use the left stick as an alternate control, but do not use only one type of controllers. Try to combine both of them, like know where to use the D-pad and know where to use the left stick. To be more exact with that recommendation, use the D-pad on the section that there's a lot of camera changes, so you won't get trolled by the camera changes, because the left stick works with the cameras, so it can troll you very easily because of that. So with Jill, it's necessary to pick up first the self-defense gun, and then go to the bathroom and pick up the control key room in the bathroom. The order is important with Jill because the zombie that is hanging up on the room, he will fall down after you pick up this key, and it will be very hard to pick up the self-defense guns if you want to pick it up after. So just continue, and we have to go to the Neptune's aquarium and kill 2 invisible sharks. And yeah, I'm gonna kill those sharks, by the way. I don't give a fuck. Alright, so for the sharks, what you have to do is enter to the aquarium, equip the self-defense gun. Oh, never mind, don't equip it. After the cutscene, equip it, and then rotate Jill to the left, aim and shoot, and then leave the room. In order to rotate Jill to the left, you have to press the right D-pad button because you are on an inverse camera, by the way, on that section. So equip the handgun and re-enter, and aim and rotate a little to the right, and then start shooting. You will see the animation of the shark shaking on the water, or you will also hear the sound of a shark shaking on the water, or the water shaking. That means the shark is dead. Then you reset the room again because Neptune is aggroing you, and by resetting the room you will de-aggro Neptune, and you can just continue running. You don't have to worry about those 2 sharks because they are dead. So it's free. Always remember the inverse camera and how you have to move your character on the inverse camera, even with the D-pad. So this puzzle is always the same. There's only one part of the puzzle that is always random, and it's the pressure thing part of the puzzle.
Emergency.
The one that you have to choose between number 1, number 2, and number 3. If you want to know the exact number that you have to use, you can read the document that is on the left of the ladder. But I just like to try my luck and try between 1, 2, or 3. It's only 3 numbers, so why not? And I was very lucky because it was number 1, so let's go.
Activate emergency drainage system immediately.
There are magnum rounds over here. Pick them up, very important. Will be helpful for the Black Tiger and the hunters as well. So for Neptune you can use the dodge like on a speedrun. It's very consistent as well, but it needs like a very well movement, otherwise you will die. So I will just as always use the electrocution thing. And as you can see, the enemies become visible on the cutscenes and then they become invisible again. So thankfully with Jill it's not necessary to fight Plant 42, you can just make the B-Jolt and then Barry will kill the Plant 42. So you go to the gallery room and try to do this fast, otherwise the wasp can sting you if you fuck around. So just go pick up the insecticide and then go direct to the B-Jolt room. So the B-Jolt room keypad is always random. Well, the order is random because it's always a combination between 3, 5, 6, but the order is random. And it's like I always thought it will never be 3, 5, 6 like on that specific order, and then I realized it was that order. Like, are you serious, man? But anyway, so for the B-Jolt, pick up the 3 empty bottles, fill up the first empty bottle with number 3, and then the other 2 empty bottles fill them up with water. The water it's number 1, by the way. So fill them up with water and then combine number 3 with number 1, then pick up number 6, combine number 6 with number 4, you have number 10, then pick up another number 6. I think I was responding to my chat right there, so that's why it's taking me a little more time. Then combine number 6 with number 1, and then number 7 with number 10, and then pick up number 3 and combine it with number 17, and you have the B-Jolt. By the way, it's not possible to make the B-Jolt with just 2 empty bottles or with just 2 bottles. The minimum amount that you need is 3. And also the B-Jolt is usable on Neptune's aquarium. There's where the Plant 42 roots are. So when you pick up the map, remember to exit the map and do not press the confirm button, otherwise Jill will read a document and the wasp will come through that hole and they will sting you. So it's very important to cancel the map once you pick it up. I think that is like a way how the game wants to troll you. But anyway, on the Plant 42 you don't have to do anything. Barry will kill the Plant 42. By the way, if you wonder, maybe you play the classic of this game, and the classic, the Plant 42 always die with 3 flame rounds, and also if explosive rounds, if it's on original mode, on arrange mode, it's always 3 flame rounds, doesn't matter what. On this game it works the same, but unfortunately on hard difficulty, the game doesn't give you flame rounds until the laboratory. So we pick up the mansion key and we have to backtrack to the mansion again. But before that we will make some item management because we need some weapons for the mansion. Exactly, we need the magnum, the shotgun and the grenade launcher. Maybe, I think the grenade launcher is not mandatory because we only have 1 explosive round, excuse me. So yeah, I think it's only the magnum and the shotgun shells if you have them. Oh, I'm gonna pick up the grenade launcher, that's pretty cool. But to be honest, your best weapon against the hunters, because they are invisible, it will be the magnum, because the magnum, you can shoot the magnum almost immediately. There's like no recoil even for the first bullet. So it will be your best friend. Because maybe remember the real survivor runs and the hard difficulty runs. There's a bad RNG that the first hunter can give you. And if it doesn't go backwards, you have to go backwards. But because it's invisible and you cannot see it, we will just take the risky strat and just immediately shoot him. But anyway, for the dogs, just equip the magnum and rotate Jill a little to the left and shoot, and just keep aiming, do not move your aim. Wait for the second dog, you can see the saliva and the jaw from the dog, and then shoot when it appears. And if it doesn't scream, you have to kill him with the shotgun, because there's a rare occasion when the dog won't die, the second dog. For this part, just run, rotate, and stand up right in this corner, equip the shotgun, aim and shoot. Get close to the right 2 times and then go backwards. And then aim down and shoot, and for the 4th one the same. Because I know by memory that strat is 100% consistent. You can also kill all the snakes if you want, you can kill them with the handgun, even if you want as well. And the strat for killing all, and to make it 100% safe, is to stand up on the elevator, because the snakes cannot get into the elevator, so that's like your 100% safe place. You can stand up and start killing all the snakes. Right here, pick up the shotgun shells and we will enter to mansion 2. It's the same mansion, by the way, I just call it mansion 2 because it's the second time we visit the mansion. So the first hunter, just ignore him and then go directly to the other room. Hack this wall. Then rotate and equip the magnum, aim and shoot immediately, and then equip the shotgun and aim and shoot just in case the hunter wasn't dead, but he's dead, I think. Yeah, he's dead because he's screaming. So equip the magnum for the second hunter, and when he lands, shoot him, and then terminate him with the shotgun in case he's still alive. You can see like a little reflection of the hunter when he's landing to the floor. The hunter that is on the second floor, by the way. So right here, just leave the magnum, the acid rounds and the grenade launcher. It's not necessary to pick up the magnum, but I think I'm gonna pick it up? No, I'm not. Yeah, that's okay. Because this is Jill. Maybe for Chris. Wait. Okay, wait. Yeah, I'm gonna... That's nice. I think I'm just picking up the Magnum because just in case I don't have enough shotgun shells and just in case any zombie is still alive. Maybe that's why. Don't truly remember. TBH. So for the spiders, just go start running, and for the last camera change, start hugging this wall. Should be fine. There are 3 spiders, by the way, on that specific section. Right now there are 2 zombies, and I like to kill them, so I walk to the, or I run to the camera change and start aiming up and shooting. I decapitate that zombie because I was able to hear and watch the little pieces of the skull, and I kill the second one. The second one, it's a little easier to know if he's dead or not because you can see the reflection on the water. Well, for the first one you can also see the reflection, but maybe you will have to wait a little more until he comes to the water, or he comes to the camera that shows you the reflection of the water, like the camera that's above you. And for this one I recommend you to shoot him in the leg, but I'm killing him because I have enough shotgun shells, and with Jill, the shotgun it's important, but not so much at this point of the game. So it's like you can have fun with the shotgun and start wasting shells to have fun. So right here, run until the wall, and then start walking for the camera change. That is very important, because by doing that, the zombie that is on that hallway will always go far right. And the only thing you have to do is go far left, and you will always avoid him. So right here, just pick up everything and leap. The zombie outside shouldn't be a problem, because you only have to go to the right when you get out of this room. Right here there's a hunter on the right, but it doesn't matter if you don't change the camera, he will never aggro. Right there I'm checking if I have enough space. I have it because this is the worst ending and I only have to pick up the red gem. So this is a very interesting thing. If you don't pick up the yellow gem, the hunters will never spawn downstairs. The hunters are linked to the pickup of the yellow gem. So on every ending that you don't have to save your partner, in this case Chris, there won't be hunters downstairs. But that's the only main difference that happened. So just pick up the red gem and leave the room. Wait, what am I doing? This is worst ending. Okay, let's go. I think for some reason I thought I was making the best ending and I tried to pick up the other gem. Maybe I was distracted. But anyway, right here, save everything except the The shotgun, also the shotgun must be reloaded, so that's why I'm reloading right now. The battery, and pick up the crank. You can keep the gem if you want, but it's not like 100% necessary. So as I told you right here, the dodge is always the same. Just hack this wall and you will always avoid the zombie that is on the right, on that hallway. And remember I told you do not kill the zombie on this hallway, it's because of this. For example, if you kill that zombie in Mansion 1, he will be right now a Crimson Head and it can be a problem. So for Yawn you need to enter to the fight with the grenade launcher kit, or never mind, I forget it. You can equip it after the cutscene when you regain control of Jill. So equip it and shoot 3 times while you pump cancel, it's mandatory to do that if you want to make this strat. Then go down the ladder and run until the camera change and a little more. Aim and shoot. But I think I missed right there because I aim up. It's not necessary to aim up, to be honest, you just have to aim directly and shoot. And because at the beginning of the fight you are facing Yawn immediately because of the cutscene, you don't need to aim or move your aiming. So just shoot and pump cancel. I told you it's mandatory to pump cancel because if you don't pump cancel upstairs, it won't be possible to shoot 3 acid rounds to Yawn. And the battle will change because you will have to shoot him in the first floor more, like maybe 2 or I don't know how many more. It's not impossible, an invisible enemy will be a little harder of course, but maybe it will help you to fight Yawn with Chris, because with Chris is completely different in the fight. And also you can see from Yawn his jaw and his saliva, like I told you on the first encounter with him. Or with Yawn, sorry. But anyway, before we leave the mansion we need to go to the main hall and to one specific room where we will pick up a jewelry box that we need in order to continue with the game. And also, if you don't push the statue at the beginning of the game, the second time you visit the mansion, on Mansion 2, the statue will be already pushed. And you can pick up the blue gem if you want to pick up shotgun shells, but it's not necessary for Jill. Just if you wonder and maybe if you want to. Right here you can see the reflection of the zombie on the window, so you can know very easy. Just rotate a little to the left, aim up and shoot 2 times. Maybe he will die with just 1 shotgun shell. But do not waste that acid round, because that acid round will be helpful for the hunter that is outside the art room. Hunters, by the way, doesn't die with just 1 acid round. Most of the time they will die with 1 acid round, but some other times they will tank the acid round and they will still like with 10% HP or less, and you just have to terminate them with the shotgun. I don't know if this was the case, we will see right now. So anyway, you get out of the art room, you equip the grenade launcher, aim and shoot. You equip the shotgun just in case. He didn't die, as you can see, because he didn't scream. So the hunters make a very particular scream and then they are fully dead. So if the hunter doesn't scream on that section, you just need to shoot with the shotgun just in case. So by the way, anytime I just say aim and shoot, I mean you don't have to move your aiming, just press the aim button and shoot. If you have to move your aiming, I will specify that, so don't worry about it. So when you are going up the ladder, move your left stick to the left, so by doing that Jill will immediately move to the left or will hack that invisible wall. And by doing that you will always dodge the snake that is jumping and trying to bite you. You can start moving your left stick while you are going up the ladder, like on the animation, because when the character is going up the ladder, it's an animation, so you cannot like cancel that. But you can like queue up a specific action that you want after that, and that's the perfect action you want to queue up. So for the mines, it's you only have to dodge 3 hunters, and the second and third hunter 2 times, and the only enemy you have to kill is Black Tiger. So the dodges are like not really complicated to perform, but they need to be timed pretty well, to be honest. So the crank is on Enrico's body, and when you pick up the crank, 1 hunter will spawn right here. Just keep running, go around this corner, and leap. There's a hunter there, by the way. But he will always scream before trying to attack you, and you have to take like a wide angle and kinda hug the wall, or otherwise the hunter can body block you. Right here, hug the left wall, and then rotate to the left as soon as you can. And by doing that, you will always avoid those 2 hunters. I think it's less scary to perform that dodge on invisible enemy, because you cannot see the hunters, and you cannot see like the weird RNGs that you can see on real survivor or hard difficulty. Anyhow, right here, pick up the Magnum and the Magnum rounds just in case. To be honest, you need 2 item slots free for this section, because you need to pick up 2 key items. So just go, trigger the boulder. The boulder is not invisible, by the way. It should be, right? Because it counts as an enemy. But it's not. Also, one day I was joking with a friend that Wesker should be invisible because he's an enemy. But he's not, anyway. So enter to the fight without the Magnum equipped. That will maybe allow you to perform the lure of the Black Tiger jumping, and then start moving your left stick to the left and a little down. So Jill will make this movement. Hopefully the Black Tiger will jump, but this wasn't the case, I think. No, it was the case, yeah. Because you will see like a little scream from the Black Tiger when the Black Tiger jumps. It's like a very particular noise when the Black Tiger jumps, and when it doesn't jump, it's like it will hold the acid, or excuse me, or it will speed the acid, and both sounds are also particular. But maybe you watch the real survivor runs that I make, no damage runs, and it's the same for this. If the Black Tiger doesn't jump, just stay on the same place and start shooting from that place, because the Black Tiger, after speeding acid, it will like getting close to you, but it won't attack you. It's like it will stay like idle for 2-3 seconds, and that's the exact amount of time you need to shoot 4 times. And then you have to leave the room and reset it, because by doing that you will despawn the small spiders. So right here it's not really important to make item management. With only one item slot free after you pick up the item from the puzzle, it's enough. The way to dodge these hunters is the same, just hack this wall and then rotate, and then go directly to the door. The worst thing can happen right there is that you make a wide curve, and you will get stuck on the hunter's body. And of course he will attack you after that. So you have to hug the wall even when you are making the curve. The puzzle right here, it's always the same, it's 4, 2, 3, 1.
Jill!
Barry? Thank God you're safe.
So Lisa's labyrinth. There are two main things you have to know right here. Know where to spawn Lisa, and know the whole section, because you can get lost very easily. So you make Lisa spawn on the left right there, where I change the camera, and then you continue. The second time you will enter to that room after you leave it and after you pick up the broken shotgun. It's a little more risky and a little more tricky, not risky, sorry. And you have to be like a little more patient as well, because there's a bad RNG that can happen that I will explain you when we arrive to that part. So on the way out, you have the stairs down, you make Lisa spawn on the left and then continue. You can do it immediately, it's not necessary to wait. I'm not really sure what you can see from Lisa. I think you cannot see anything from Lisa. Of course you will see like the fluids that she throws when she screams. That didn't sound very good. But I think it's what you can see. Yeah, I think that's it, man. Alright, so here's the tricky part that I told you. Try to run while you hug this wall, the left wall. You will make Lisa spawn on the left, but you have to be careful about one thing. Because you cannot see Lisa, Lisa maybe will give you the bad RNG and will start going to the right immediately after you make her spawn on the left. And if that happens, she can cut your way when you are about to arrive to the flamethrower. Right in this place, she can appear. So that's why I wait a little after I make her spawn on the left. Maybe you see that with RNG on some of my runs, I think maybe on hard, on Real Survivor. It's like Lisa, you make her spawn and she immediately tries to go to the right, instead of going for you. So the hunter's still on the forest. On any weird RNG, it's 100% consistent, just going around the first tree. You can even make it even more consistent if you go around the second tree as well, because you can do that. Right here, just run straight and you will always avoid the 180-degree grab from the hunter. Sorry, from the zombie. There's no hunter, there's zombies. Excuse me. Imagine if there were hunters, man, that would be scary. And I told you weird RNGs from the zombie on the forest because that zombie sometimes can be in front of you and he will vomit you. So in any case, it's 100% consistent, just going around the trees. So right there, pick up the emblem. I forget a lot of times and I have to backtrack. So don't forget to pick it up. And then go and enter to the Spencer's office. I didn't make the puzzle, so that's why I don't have the key. Pretty sure anyone has their own way to do this puzzle. I do it like this. But there's no like a global way to do it. You can do it like however you want it. The main goal is to like insert the pieces. The symmetry is not important. It's important to insert them correctly. Like you will see how the piece, I don't know how to say this. How the piece fit on the puzzle. That means it's completely, or it's well put. It's well fit, maybe. sorry guys. I don't know how to say that word. But anyway, right there is not necessary to go to the item box. I thought this was... Oh, no, yeah, it's necessary because you have to pick up the other... No, it's not necessary. Yeah, it's not necessary. I just go there because I was so used to real survival. It's not necessary because you already have both emblems. So as always, the best weapon you can have against Lisa is the Magnum. But because it's very hard to know where is Lisa. Or not really, to be honest. You can see even the blood that she leaves when Barry shoots her. Because Barry can see Lisa. So Barry will always aim to Lisa, so you can like guide yourself from Barry's aiming and know where is Lisa. But I practice a lot, like just baiting her and pray for God, pray for a good RNG. It's not really hard, and if you got a really bad RNG, it will be like very noticeable. As always, the sound is your best friend, so do not give the Magnum to Barry. Oh yeah, this is worth ending, so there's no Barry, man. So just go and push that stone, and then get close to the tomb while you go around Lisa, because Lisa's on the middle. Is where Barry was at the beginning of the cutscene, and then go and keep pushing all the stones. Hopefully Lisa will never jump, but if she jumps, just keep pushing and try to move as fast as you can. I won't tell you this is 100% consistent because it's very risky, to be honest, because you can have a bad RNG and Lisa can immediately jump to you after the first stone or after the second one. And it's possible she can hit you, because it's worth ending. Whatever I told you about Barry aiming and how he can see Lisa, this doesn't affect this ending because there's no Barry, so forget about that. That's only for best ending or any ending that you have to say Barry. But now that I think, maybe there's a really good strat or 100% consistent. And it will take you more ammunition, of course. After you push the first stone, you can immediately shoot Lisa, because Lisa is on the middle, as I told you. And maybe you can make her fall down from the platform if you want. Like that, now that I think about it, that's a really good idea and could be a really good strat. But it will take you ammunition, so I think I leave that up to you. So, the laboratory, the last section of the game, pick up the canteen. I think I forget to pick up the canteen, but because I think it's because I already have it. I picked it up before the Lisa's fight, yeah. Yeah, just fill it up with kerosene, and right here start shooting the zombies with the magnum, because we have a lot of magnum bullets. Do not use Barry's magnum, not yet. Just use the regular magnum. And the first zombie should be going up the stairs right now. Yeah, there's where you see. And if by any case you don't decapitate the zombies, just incinerate them. That's the reason we bring the canteen. There's a zombie right here as well. Just try to kill him with the magnum. I didn't decapitate him, unfortunately, so I will just incinerate him. You can see like that little circle of blood. There is where it is a zombie. And just continue. So invisible enemy, in general terms, it's a lot about memory. If you like really know where is the placement of the enemies and how they move when you enter to a specific room, and how to deal with them efficiently, it's not like insanely hard or insanely impossible to do this run. I had a lot of practice with hard difficulty and real survivor, so that's why like making invisible enemy was very doable for me. But anyway, the login is Yawn, the password is Ada, and the second password is Cell, like Dragon Ball Z. And yeah, I always say that. It's my favorite anime, by the way. So after you make, you open both B2F and B3F. You need to go upstairs and pick up the laboratory key. And this is not necessary because this is the worst ending, so... It's also called Bad Ending 2 or the Ending 6, by the way. In the game it's Ending 6. Like in the menu in the gallery where you can watch every ending video or every ending cutscene. Right there it's called Ending 6. I call it worst ending because it's like the opposite from the best ending. But as I told you, it's also called Bad Ending 2. Yeah. So the laboratory key opens two doors, this one and the one that is behind you, that gives you access to activate the first ammo disc, and also there are 6 shotgun shells right there, but they are not necessary, so that's why I didn't enter that room. So kill the zombie that it's right there in front of you, and there's a zombie behind you. But that one is not necessary to kill him because he will despawn after you activate the elevator. So this is kind of hard. I think I missed a lot of shots because I didn't aim correctly and I aggroed the Chimera, and I think the Chimera was really close to me, so I got scared and I have to reset the room. And I will try again, and I think I fucked up again. Yeah, I fucked up again, so I will reset the room again. Yeah, I think that's the safest way to do it, because you cannot see if the Chimera is like maybe on the ceiling or maybe it's in front of you, and maybe you will kill the Chimera and the Chimera will attack you, because when the Chimera dies and it's very close to you, the Chimera performs an auto attack, and that auto attack inflicts you damage, even if the Chimera is already dead. So the main goal is like go to the corner of that white arrow and try to aim correctly. Otherwise, things like that will happen, like it happened to me right now. What happened? So there's one more zombie we have to kill, and that's the last enemy we will kill in this game. Well, the last zombie, not the enemy, because we need to stun the Tyrant on the laboratory. But basically, from this point, it's kinda GG maybe. So just use Barry's Magnum for this zombie. Barry's Magnum will always one-shot an enemy on this game. Any enemy, it doesn't matter. Even bosses. So don't worry, like, maybe, or think that maybe the zombie's not dead, or maybe the enemy's not dead. With Barry's Magnum, it's 100% that the enemy will be dead. The most OP weapon in the game. Even in an RE case, I think. Maybe with the PRL 412 from Resident Evil 4. So once you pick up the nitroglycerin, just start walking. This is not a speedrun, so it's not necessary to perform the speedrun strat. Also, I go to the MOD's activation because I don't know why I go there. It wasn't necessary. So right here you'll hear a Chimera on the left, or on your left. And of course the Chimera is right there, but the Chimera will never go to you, or will never come to you. So don't worry. Just go and put the nitroglycerin on its place, and then you can start running. So Chimera section, it's basically just about running on the worst ending. On the best ending, or any ending that you have to activate an MOD kits with a little difference, because you only have to avoid one Chimera auto attack. But you will see that on the best ending. Right here, enter from the left and then leave from the other side. But before you have to activate the elevator, of course. The second Chimera in this section will almost all the time go with you to the door, but you cannot see her. So it doesn't matter if it doesn't go with you. Just by running, you will also avoid the auto attack if you have like the bad RNG. And as you can see, it's just about running. Not really a big deal. It's not necessary to enter to the save room because we didn't need the flame rounds, because we have Barry's Magnum. So you will see right now the Tyrant fight. It's very funny, to be honest. So just skip the cutscenes, or I think I will now. Yeah, skip it. The fight starts, get close to this wall, quick turn, equip Barry's Magnum, aim and shoot. And the Tyrant is dead. But yeah. Then just go and activate this computer that will give you access to the door, because the door is closed. And there's a key on Wesker's body, by the way. This is very important. But yeah, there are no more enemies to worry about, to be honest. That was the last enemy. There's a chance a Chimera will spawn on the next section, but it's like not very common. And I think it depends if you like get close to a certain door. So it shouldn't be a problem. So anyway, this was Resident Evil HD Remaster without saving and without taking any damage, on hard difficulty and also on invisible enemy mode. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you like, hope you enjoyed, hope you learn. I'm Ares, and I see you next time.
This is Brad. I'm running out of fuel. Jill, you did a fine job.